Good gray day. Goeie grijze dag. I finished up the Shadow Priest doing thingers. Cannot vision. Her world quest. The world awaits. The 10 world quests for this week. Maybe tonight I'll do some Raid Finder, like the other bosses, just to maybe run through on Raleigh on Frost, just because I want to get the chances of Old Smoky. Like, that's really all I need anymore. They already saw yesterday Kenoru with my thing. I don't need to run Razageth anymore. None.
Yeah. The only reason to run Razzie at this point is Old Smoky.
Well, the only reason to run Razzie is on a character that hasn't finished the quest for an infusion.
Yeah. Okay, so you get infusions from Razzie.
You get the infusion from the
quest.
So just like with the Kill Sylvanas or Kill the Jailer quest, and we got like tens of thousands of AP.
Yeah. And then one for maxing each of the 4 reps.
Yep.
And that's it.
No. There are heroic boss drops that people get kind of more as a personal loot, I think. Okay. And you can combine those into making an infusion. They're like infusion motes. And you combine 50 of them into making...
And that's heroic raid boss.
Yeah, I think.
Okay.
I saw something about that. But, yeah, you can get them through the regular raids. I think Razageth will drop 1 every time.
Gotcha.
I think. I'm not sure how they drop. I just know that as a casual player...
You get 5.
I.e., everyone gets 5.
Gotcha.
Just like...
Everyone gets 5
sparks. And then if you do more, you can get more. Right now, there is no way unless you go into normal or heroic raids. I'm not sure how that works.
Okay.
My question here... What's this?
This is Plan B Terraform. It's a resource management factory game.
Is this something that might be more generalized as called a base builder game?
Yeah.
Okay.
Factory builder is what I'd call it.
Yeah, so when I say base builders, I mean stuff that even encompasses like Oni.
Yeah.
Whereas
factory builder is more like Factorio or...
Yeah, when I say factory base builder, I mean anything where it's pretty much single player, you have a bunch of NPCs or non-NPCs doing a bunch of mindless tasks for you to make bigger and bigger machines. It's just a base builder.
Okay.
And that differentiates it from something like StarCraft, where you are building a base, but you're effectively playing...
Tower defense?
Tower defense.
Okay.
Because you either have to... You can't just go completely on the offensive unless you go it really early, but you can't stay completely defensive or they will overwhelm you.
Yeah.
So, to me, and that's a very basic tower defense.
Yeah.
It's just how it is. But yeah. And that's a little bit like humbling after a fashion to distill some games down, but I think that's what the game reviewers call it. They're like, oh, it's a base building game. And that's just supposed to get the generalized idea that, like, even, like, Stardew Valley is a base building game. It's weird. It's got much more, but it's got much more farming, but you still have to deal with the machines and building crops and selling them at an NPC market. Like, to me, the base building game is, and like Satisfactory, you're selling stuff to the company that you're mining out of the planet. And here on Factorio, you're putting everything together to research so you can get a rocket to get off that place because you crashed. That's it. You're not there to colonize. You're there to get off the planet. And with Oni, you're just trying to create a self-sustaining base and send someone on to the next universe. Mm-hmm. But yeah, like, whereas like something like Stardew Valley is different from, say, The Sims. The Sims is not a base building game. The Sims is perfectly under simulation game.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, we're going to be watching Quantumania today. I think because we're going to want to have dinner and we need more drinks and stuff, after the movie, we'll swing by a store, but I'm going to take the backpack. I'm going to take the camera. I will not film on the inside. I'm good about that. I'm just leaving the camera here. Plus, we're leaving a little early to get some food. So if there's anything interesting, I can pull the camera out, but I can just leave it in the bag. Like, we're still on the idea that they give more of a shit than they actually do. Like, we were stuck at, like, having to buy alcohol, and they were like, you got the thing, and the guy's like, oh, hell. And he reached over, beep, 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 beep. Okay, you're good. Like, he wasn't even the checkout person. He just logged into the thing, said, yeah, we're of age to buy alcohol, and then continued sweeping up the lobby from spilled popcorn.
Because alcohol isn't a big deal here.
The generalized idea that I was getting at is that it doesn't matter. They don't care that much. Like, movie workers in the States care more. For any of you that have worked in theaters, you care more about what goes on in your theater and get paid less than they do here.
Yeah.
Because, like, you know, when it comes down to the movie, especially at Pâté de Munt, you need to be bilingual. And you need to just let things slide because it's not worth it. People will come back to your theater if they think they can just kind of do as they please. To be fair, yeah, like filming in the theater, that's illegal. Having your cell phone on the entire time in the theater, that's annoying. Yeah. Not illegal, but that's highly annoying. But yeah, we have Quantumania. We had to wait, but I checked Wednesday, Thursday, something like that, and like everything was opening up this weekend into 2D for it. So I was like, oh, we have our choice now. Last week we had like the option of having a 2D at 10 in the morning on Wednesday, and I was like, no. But now it's like there are 3 showings at Pâté de Munt and 4 on Saturday at Arena that are all 2D. So we're good. The thing is I don't really need 3D. I can watch it. It's nice to have the vision to be able to watch it, but I don't need it. And I'm probably going to, after seeing that sort of thing, I'm probably going to be talking about the movie. It's been out. This is the 2nd week.
Only that, but yeah.
Yeah. Because it's been out a total of 2 weeks, so we're working on our 3rd week. It's been out in theaters. If you've seen it, you've seen it. If you haven't, you're gonna wait until Disney puts it on Disney Plus. So you've probably already heard all the spoilers. I've seen some stuff, but what's weird is that, like, I just skip past the people that are talking about Quantumania spoilers. Do I know some things that are probably happening? Yeah, but I have no context to them. Like, I could tell you guys, oh my god, changelings. And unless you've seen what I'm talking about that we did last night, you ain't got any clue. You're like, yeah, Deep Space Nine, right? Dominion War, uh-huh, that's so cool. Did you guys recently watch Deep Space Nine? No, we didn't. So yeah. Okie dokie. Oof. Wash the hair, doesn't have anything to make it stick up. But anyways, yes, we're out of the movie and my stupid brain I didn't grok the 24-hour time. For some reason, I thought the movie went from 3 until 7, but it went from 15 to 17. That's why when it came out of the theater, I was like, oh shit, it's still daylight. No, it's only 5:30, not 7:30. What the fuck is this shit? The fuck is that? All right, here you
They
can.
look cool, but they don't walk.
What is it?
It's a motorcycle,
It's an enclosed motorcycle.
but three-wheeled.
It's an enclosed tricycle. Okay, cool. But yeah, anyways, so yeah, again, it's been out for a while. The spoilers that I had seen on Twitter stuff was MODOK.
Oh.
But that's all I saw was a trending hashtag. I knew that MODOK was from Marvel, so I didn't want to click it in case I got spoilers.
Yeah.
But I was tempted that maybe there was a trailer out for a new movie. But I didn't know, so I didn't click it because I was like, whatever. But like, I had MODOK
Yeah.
as a thing, and I'd also seen.
And that, even just that, wouldn't have been that big of a spoiler.
Because MODOK to me is the big giant head.
Yeah.
I didn't realize in my head that Darren was going to be MODOK.
Yeah. I'd forgotten about Darren.
When she said, "Dad, a guy dressed as a bee attacked me when I was 6," I was like, that was kind of weird. It's been a long time since.
Yeah.
Like, I understand that she could have said that as a passing off statement, but I was like, that's a little foreshadowing. I don't know why it seemed. I guess I'm just reading way too much into Picard and stuff lately, and I'm like, why'd you say that?
Yeah, it's really hard recently to watch movies at all critically. Like, not as a critic, but thinking critically about things, because you see foreshadowing everywhere, and yeah.
It's what happens. It's one of those things of as you get older, and as people do say, the Marvel films are very predictable. I'm like,
Oh, yes.
yes, but
But it's not that
people
bad of a
make
thing.
it. Yeah, people make it out to be that Marvel films are very predictable. Like Quantumania is announced, and they immediately had the script. They could write on their own. Like their film is so predictable. I know exactly what's going to happen in it every second. I'm like, no, you don't.
Yeah.
Like you have an idea that somebody is going to fight somebody else, and somebody is going to win.
And that Kang was going to be involved.
Yeah, I know, right? Like,
Because we didn't have that set up for 2 years.
yeah. I was hoping that there was going to be kind of the tick-off moment where the timeline kind of looked like that was the moment when the timeline started unraveling from Loki. I was wondering,
Yeah.
but I didn't see anything very specifically. But yeah, I can definitely see. So unlike the movies when 3D first came out, which were doing everything they can to abuse the 3D glasses, they were like 75% unnecessary effects.
Yeah.
Like, hey, do you want to see that? Like, what? You purposely gave us a zoom in on that. Whereas this, there was a few things that came into the camera, like the whole like wagon roundup.
Yeah.
That was, I was like, okay, I can see that. This is a little unnecessary, but like the effects that would be 3D were only like 15% extra.
Yeah.
Like if they had cut those effects out, it wouldn't have affected the movie. They were just in there a bit extra. And I think that seeing the background, the matte the whole like backdrop of everything in 3D would have been a little bit better, but
Yeah. One of the things that I noticed, I think this movie was, or at least the CG parts of it, I think were originally in 3D and they had to un-3D it, because I saw a couple places they missed.
yeah, also I'm calling him Circuit Guy. He shot towards the camera a little too often.
Yeah. Yeah, I can see that.
Kang shooting his hand laser beams at the camera, just like, yeah. Like I said, but then Wanda also like shot hand beams at the camera in like, you know, what's its bucket? Booze or it's a beer boat. See, like during the summer, you and I should probably do stuff like that. Maybe not the beer boats, but
Yeah.
definitely take small cruises, or just generic evening cruises or just rent ourselves an absolute mokum boat.
Yeah.
You have to rent it for a minimum of 2 hours. I think Aaron and I can dick around on these canals for 2 hours.
Oh, yeah.
Just take like snacks with us and some stuff. But yeah, the sun is in the process of setting, but it's still like
light.
up and light. So I'm gonna try to get home. This is it for the vlog. We already had 6 minutes here and 4 minutes at home, 5 minutes at home. It's a great movie, and it definitely progresses the story more and leaves a little bit. It's sort of like, I'm not expecting these to be standalone movies. They are standalone movies, but I'm also expecting like a little bit furtherance of the story with its own little excitation of action.
Yeah.
Like what's happening in Picard is exactly what I expect the MCU to be doing. Further the storyline a little bit, but bring an excitation out as an episode.
Yeah. And this movie especially, like all of the sequel-y movies, I don't expect to stand alone. This movie would not stand on its own.
No, this one you needed to watch. You need to watch the Ant-Man trilogy for this one to kind of make sense. But then you also need to know Endgame. And I do understand that kind of sucks with a big franchise like this, because how do you interconnect everything without making your future movies dependent, like critically dependent on the past ones?
Yeah, and that's like the big complaint people have now about the MCU. You have to watch 45 hours of movies.
Well, that's my complaint about the fantasy thing with the dragons. Already forgot it because we don't watch it.
Oh,
it's now called like House of the Dragon, but the first thing,
it's the
Song of Ice and Fire, right?
Yes, it's. God, I can't remember the first one.
But it's that.
Game of Thrones.
Yeah,
it's
that.
Game of Thrones.
I don't want to watch that, and by the time it seemed relatively interesting, it was already like, oh, well, you need to know this and this and this. I'm like, oh, fuck it.
Yeah. Not worth it.
Yeah. Plus, it was on a streaming service we didn't have.
Yeah.
But anyways, that's it. We're going home. We're gonna do some WoW stuff. I'm gonna like zone out on raid finders or something. What you gonna do?
Probably the same.
Yeah. Get title through stuff.
Maybe play a bit of that Terraform Plan B.
Cool.